This is Coogan Cassius for Rifle TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're at Finest Boxing Gym here in Manchester. With me I've got a very sharply dressed Steve Wood. Hi Steve.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Do you get aggravated when people call you Woods?
No, call me what they want.
No?
Timber, Woodsy, Steve, Stephen.
Because it's wood, isn't it? It's wood.
It's wood, yeah.
It's very easy to get confused sometimes, Stephen. Anyway, we're a few days away now from a huge fight at the Velodrome this week. Terry Flanagan obviously aiming to be the first Mancunian since Ricky to become world champion. And you know, I spoke to you about this earlier on, and Terry's kind of done his own thing on a very hot lightweight division domestically, but he's absolutely earned his shot here.
100%, 100%. You know, and I think it's coming at the right time. You know, he's ready now. He's had his apprentice, as I say, on the small hall shows. He's been on the big shows now, won the British title, beat Stephen Armrod, who looked sensational the other night. So that was a confidence booster to us as well. You know, that he probably is above domestic level. So we've had the test above British to get ourselves ready for this genuine world title fight.
And obviously, you know, huge credit to Frank Warren for getting this fight, first of all, for Terry, you know, getting him into that mandatory situation, and also getting that fight here as well, Steve. Yeah,
I mean, we're hoping that's going to be the difference, and you know, we'll be honest, we didn't want to go over to America. You know, we worked with Frank, we took the short end of the stick to get him over here because that's what we wanted, and Frank's delivered. You know, he's put his money where his mouth is, and we hope to repay him on Saturday night.
What has it taken? Obviously we're hoping that it is just not going to be a longer period of time than Saturday since Manchester's seen a world champion, but why has there been a 10-year gap there, Terry? Steve, sorry.
Well, I don't really know. I think what's happening now is the world titles are opening. You know, it's never been a busier time for world titles in UK boxing, and obviously with them being 4 different divisions at your class, sorry, not divisions, different organisations, and them having 2 or 3 titles at each different weight, there's more to go for now as well. So it has opened up, but I just think there should be 1 at each weight with maybe the 4 organisations, and then try and unify them, because that's what we'll be doing with Teddy. You know, we'll try and unify them if we're successful on Saturday night.
I mean, it's been a confusing situation for some years now with, like I said, there are 4 recognised governing bodies that people will class as genuine world champions, but then those governing bodies have got their separate different belts, which, you know, like the WBA with their regular and interim situation, but it can be confusing for the casual fan. Yeah,
I mean, I was chatting to someone the other day, you know, I seen Kevin Mitchell in Liverpool, and Anthony Crolla was there, and Derry Matthews was there, so you could really be sat in a pub and there'd be 4 possible lightweight world champions, and you know, say you as a stranger and you say, who are you? Well, I'm a lightweight world champion. I'm a lightweight. Well, hang on, you've got 4, and it could happen, you know, and it's mad, because they'd say, how's that work? And I wouldn't like to try and explain it.
I know, we're in boxing, we can't explain it, so you know.
Yeah.
You notice I called you Terry in the middle of this interview. That's Flanagan on the brain, that is.
Yeah, well, good. At least everyone's thinking about him now. They've ignored him for long enough now, so hopefully after Saturday everyone will know who he is.
I think Terry Flanagan is just testament, though. If you're good enough and you're winning, there will come a point where you can't be ignored, Steve.
Yeah, but
not saying he has been ignored. I'm saying that, you know.
But what you got to remember as well is that he stuck at that and carried on all my little small shows, building up and learning, and you know, it's helped him. But along that journey, there's different people who they wouldn't have had the mentality of Terry Flanagan would have quit. You know, he was doing his scaffolding until about 9 months ago, still working and training, and you know, people don't have that dedication and discipline to do it, you know, and so he's living proof that if you want something and you're determined, you can get it, you know. And I think now with other fighters who work with me, you know, be a little bit patient, and you know, things will come, and there's no rush. So hopefully we've timed it right for Saturday night.
We are hoping Terry will become victorious come Saturday night, but how would that rank amongst, you know, the achievements that where you've been involved with fighters?
It's going to be the highest. You know, it'd be my proudest moment on Saturday. He's been with us from the start. We've all come through together. We've had our ups and downs, and to be a genuine world champion and beat somebody who people don't expect him to beat, it's just going to be a momentous occasion. And you know, I heard an interview in there, I didn't realise it. They'd be the first world champion at lightweight from England. I mean, I didn't even know that. You know.
Yeah, I did. I read that somewhere on social media, and it's one of these things where you take it for what you're reading it, or is that the actual case? But I believe that to be the case. So.
Is that right then? Yeah.
I think so. You're going to get someone who's going to pull out someone from 1929, probably your era when you were born, and they're going to pull out some.
Yeah, but I should know really, but I don't. But you know that's another, like you say, thing to add on to his achievements. You know, it'd be fantastic. You know, and he deserves it as well. He's worked really hard, and I think he's going to shock them all on Saturday night. I think it might be the Kawasaki performance against Lacey, when everyone thought Lacey was coming over there and beating Kawasaki, and he boxed his head off. And you know, one thing they keep talking about, this could be out of punch, but you know, he's going to have to take a punch off Teddy. And the other thing is, Teddy's got a good chin, so you know, I think everything's looking good for Saturday, Coop.
The quiet man of boxing, isn't he? He's not one for the limelight and the spotlight and the media attention. He just goes about, does his thing, and hopefully, you know, it'll show testament come Saturday. Yeah,
and you know what? He's not getting bad now. I've seen him relaxed in there in interviews.
A lot better than he was.
Yeah, 12 months ago he said, I'm not coming. Now he knows he's got to do it, because this is as important outside the ring as it is inside the ring for building himself up. You know, I think he's got 1,000 tickets sold himself for Saturday night. But if we want to move on from here and get into the MEN Arena, you know, we're going to have to promote him and push him, and this stuff outside the ring will help him get there.
All right, Steve, I know you've got to shoot off. You've got other appointments. I don't want to ask what, but you know.
Some vows to sell.
Yeah? All right, well listen, we'll catch up with you hopefully tomorrow at the press conference.
Cheers,
and
thanks
then,
very much.
on Saturday. All right?
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.